गुड आफ्टरनून एवरीवन। अरे बहुत कम है, मज़ा आएगा, थोड़ा आगे आ जाओ ना। बस परफेक्ट है, ठीक है। ओके, सॉरी guys are coming. If you can just certainly somebody who wants just to tell that if you just want to join. Yeah, please, thank you. I understand you had lunch. I also had lunch. मैं ऊपर नहीं बोलूँगा because I feel we are same at the same level. कोई ऊपर नीचे है नहीं. So what we are going to talk, this topic is going to be an amazing topic. This comes when I met Rajiv Bajaj of Bajaj in a closed group in 2015, where I asked him a question that how come a company differentiates between a company? What is that one thing which you see in that company and that is the most important? And the answer I got, I think so, was the best answer I've ever got till today is the immunity. So what if anybody is a doctor, we have one doctor over here. Anybody who is a doctor? Okay. So if you are a doctor, you will understand it that behind the physics of us, we have one thing in common is immunity. So why it happens that somebody gets cold in cold atmosphere, somebody gets allergy, because the immune system is not right. And I was so impressed with that answer, that how Bajaj Auto had this immune system. So I'm not going to talk about Bajaj Auto for sure, but then I thought for the last 3 years that what is that immunity in the trader that makes you a better trader? And what happened, so I have been a trader. I'll give you my brief introduction. By the way, we have started precisely at 14:36. I'll complete by 45 minutes and then we will have a 15 minutes of Q&A, not minute here, not minute there. Yeah, so what happened was that he told me that, and then I created, so my immune system, that how the immunity has been. So I'll just give you a brief intro about me. I address myself at 3 to 4 points. I don't have much to discuss. I started my career in 2006 when my dad told that it is the last thing in the world that you can be a trader or a stock market guy, because not from my paternal family, nor from my maternal family has been stock market anywhere in the life. But I had the only thing that I wanted to make money because I wanted to marry my girlfriend, and my father-in-law told that you should have this much money as it happens in the movie. Actually happened in my life. So it happened that this was the only way of making money, which I thought it was easy, but we all know that it is easy or not, right? So over the period of a decade or more, I had an experience of coming to a city from a small city called Bhavnagar to a city called Surat with a bike and 1500 rupees to whatever a human can desire. So I am a long-term trader. I myself as a long-term trader. So when I was listening to people across, I thought that it would be my most boring presentation, because I'm not going to talk about any instant gain profits. So still, if you, I'm sure that it is going to be boring for sure. I was a fund manager. I worked with 3 to 4 companies on broking side. I have an experience of everything across. I used to sell mutual funds going home to home. Anybody from Ahmedabad? So 1, 2 people. So you must be knowing there is an SG highway, and SG highway there is an HDFC branch. I used to stand outside the ATM and used to sell mutual funds in 2004. So that is how I started my career and lure about investing. I have also written a book called 212 Degree, The Complete Trader. Most of them have read over here. And I am a very spiritual person, so I always say I am the son of the most high God. So this is just me. I don't want to put a lot of emphasis on what I am. You will know what it is. I want to put a disclaimer, which I don't want to, but still, it is fun. So my disclaimer would be, it is my experience and it has made me wealthy and healthy, and I hope it will make you too. I can say you will find a holy grail somewhere over here. It can be systems, or it can be something which structures your mind. It is going to be boring, really very boring. This is all records. These are not for educational purpose. You can go to washroom or pee. If you want to go right now, you can go, or you can cost millions of rupees if you think. And Walt Disney, in his book, he's written an amazing thing, which I love it. If you rather entertain and hope that people learn something, then educate people and hope they have been entertained. So if you get the mid of this line. I'll take something on the content side. I have 2 parts of my presentations. One is onto the immunity side, and second is on how I trade and invest in markets. So this is the two side of the presentation. So I'll share my daily axioms, that are the affirmations which I say to myself. Immunity of a trader. I always also put top 10 movies and books which you can read that are not stock markets. So that is the beauty of it. Then I will share my trading strategies, wins, losses and prospects, which can be better prospects for tomorrow. So when you come, like I am being Gujarati, upar se baniya, so I have this 1 rupee, how can I use the most of it? So I know guys, you have invested money to come over here. So something which you can money in over period of time, something I have crafted like that. Current positions, I will share my portfolios and positions with you, and my book just a small, because a lot of people told that you please tell what is the book about, and then we can have Q&A. So two parts, we will have 2 parts Q&A on a different sector. So yeah, so the first thing of immunity is this. So once you come to Traders Carnival, there is 2 philosophy. One is bib, bacche ko pehnate na, and second is apron. So if you think that things will come to you and you will eat and you will have fun, it is not going to be there. You have heard nearly about now 15-20 presentations, you would be fed up of. You can take this presentation as a dessert. It will be sweet and you can eat easily. It won't be that mind-stroking presentation. But I always believe that you have to create your own apron, you have to make your own dishes. You cannot copy someone else, you have to be your own. So I always tell people that I am a eater, Jain eater. So somebody makes the best non-veg on the earth, it can't be for me. So he can be the best or she can be the best cook, but it's not for me. So we have to understand what we are and what we are not. This is how you be a better trader always. So for example, in the world, people say, in 2015, I have written a consent letter to myself that you are a failure on intraday. So don't try more. You have already done 8 years, don't try more. So I have understood what are my limitations, what are my recipe of making me a better trader. So this is what I am. So I'm going to be the most transparent, most honest. I'm not here to sell anything, and I'm just here to tell you that how you can be a better trader. That's it. So apron versus is my daily axioms, which I love to say people, which changes over the period of time, but I'll share one of them or 5 or 6 with them. The day I stopped predicting, the day I started performing. So I don't know what is going to be tomorrow. I really don't know. So what is Sensex, what is going to be, or what is the data, nothing I know. I know only one thing, and that is price. Yesterday, so if you watched a movie called, beautiful movie called Kung Fu Panda 1, the Oogway says to Kung Fu Panda, Panda, of course, yesterday was history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a present, so it is a gift. Present is a gift. So I don't know what is going to be tomorrow or yesterday what happened. What is today is the most important part of the trading tribe. Rome was not built in a day, but Rome can be destroyed in a day. Don't forget that. So it takes a lot of time to make money, but for going money it takes this. I don't have to be smarter than I maybe chant this 100 times a day. I don't have to be smarter than others. I don't have to be smarter than others. I just need to be more disciplined than others. If I chant this, so somebody comes to me that I've made 500% this year. Great. I don't want to outperform you. I just want to be me, myself, and I just want to be disciplined. Your patience, one of my mentor, Utpal Sheth, your patience will be tested, but your conviction will be rewarded. This is one of the lines. Come with zero expectation, go with happiness. So when you come to a trader's room or maybe a trading day, don't expect any profits, and you will go with happiness. You expect something, and then the problem creates. Take care of your losers, winners will take care of itself. So I relate this with having 10 employees in your company. The one who performs, keep them motivating and keep them giving incentives, and the one who doesn't, give them time and then fire themselves. So you have to take care of the employee who doesn't perform rather than taking care of the employee who performs. And last, this shall too pass. So if I am to do extreme happiness, I say this to me, ye bhi nahi chalega. This shall too pass. I mean, to extreme pain, I say this to myself, this shall too pass. So this is how you get more grounded, more humble, and more modest about what you trade and what you invest. So the first thing about investments and trading, what I've learned going to 2015 Berkshire Hathaway AGM was that these two gentlemen, Mr. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett is born on August 30, 1930. So he was at that time 85 years of age, and he was so young. He was so amazing. If we will not stay for a longer period of time, eventually we are not going to make money. So if you see the career charts of anyone, the last 10 years you have made the maximum, for you also, at the right time also, this time also. But if you don't live for a longer period of time healthier, then trading is not for you, investing is not for you, because eventually you are not going to get any profits about compounding. If you are a trader or if you are an investor, still compounding works miracle in any part of the life. And the first thing is to be great health. If you are not healthy, and I have seen people who are 3 times pregnant, man, if you get it right, they are this big, and they talk about trading, and I tell them, what you are going to do with this money? This money, everything has been transferred to hospitals. Guys, the first thing we need to do is to extreme take care of our health. And I say this to everyone, is 8 into 8 into 8 rule. This is not made by me, this my daddy told me, my grandmother, and this is so profound. 8 hours you work, 8 hours you sleep, and 8 hours you do your family chores. You take care of your family, you take care of health, you take care of a social. There is a book written called Ikigai, which is on Japanese philosophy, how Japanese people live more than 100 years. So if you know, Japanese has the highest life expectancy rate of more than 88 years. So how they live, and what is the basic thing was that health is made on 4 parts. 25% is health, 25% is food, 25% is exercise, 25% is sleep, and 25% is your mission of your life. If anything is removed, you will be out of your health. And I have seen people who are extraordinarily intelligent, and they've just left investing just because they are not healthy. So this is the main important thing. I also carried, why I have kept his picture, because I am very much motivated. I met him some months ago. He's 107, he runs marathon. 107 is Mr. Fauja Singh. You can do Google on it. He's an amazing guy. And he's so healthy still. 107 guys. So have a sport, have a music as a hobby. So that will make you more better trader. And I'm telling you, for my core, I'm learning music. And I'm telling you, trading is more easy. Try sometimes music. It's so hard. So this will take you off from the market, will give you relaxation. And the times when you're not doing good, it is the time you are fine, relaxing and making it fine. So there are people I know, and there is nothing wrong to it. So nobody is right, nobody is wrong. That is what the maturity level says. But when you see everyday charts, which I used to see every seconds, and I feel that most of the time the mistakes are done when you see it every day and every time. So most of if Atul is there, he told an example some years back, that he made his highest profit at scuba diving, because he was not watching the markets. So this is what is amazing part of the trading. So you have to be long, healthy life, and that's the most first thumb rule of being and great immunity. So more makes more. So people who are exciting, thrilling, and that is, I have trained now 150,000 people. I don't train more now, I only give speeches. So what you are this or this at office. Eventually you will know who is right or who is wrong. The one who gets bored are the one who gets more money, and that has been equally proved. So I'll not take more time over here. This is what is the current scenario. So you want to be whom? A one trade fascination like her? One night that wink created 100 millions of followers for her. But that will rule to a success? That's a question. But then this guy Anil Kapoor, he started his career in 1977. He's like 60, 70. I've seen some videos of Sonam Kapoor's wedding, and he was not looking like her father. He is amazing on this health. So we want to scale up big, large, long, lengthy, or we want to be a 1 day or 1 month or a 1 year sensation. So somebody wrote a book called How I Made $1 Million in 1 year, a book like that. I don't know the figure exactly. And the second year he was bankrupt. So there are so many of things which happens, and we are lured to profits. But either we are here for a longer span, or we are here for a shorter 1 month, 1 year, or 2 years. That we need to decide. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. So this a clip I have taken from Aapki Adalat, where Anil Kapoor says that how he has been healthy over the period of time.
मेरे घर में दावतें होती थी, पार्टीज होती थी, मैं सबको बुलाता था, सब आते थे मेरे घर में। कुछ ऐसे भी कलाकार थे जो आते थे, दोस्त थे मेरे याद थे, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा। कुछ ऐसे भी राइटर्स थे, डायरेक्टर्स थे। तो पार्टियां चलती रहती थी पूरी रात, मगर मैं 10:30, 11, 11, 11:30 जब मुझे नींद आती थी, मैं जाके सो जाता था। उन लोग सुबह तक लगे रहते थे और मैं सुबह उठकर फ्रेश शूटिंग में जाता था। उनमें से कितने लोग हैं सर जो ये बोलते यार काश हम भी जाकर सोए होते, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि आप द स्लीप इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज यू आर फेसिंग द कैमरा। आप कैमरा फेस कर रहे हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं आप अच्छी तरह सोएंगे तो ही आप फ्रेश हो सकेंगे ना, एक्सरसाइज कर सकेंगे, काम अच्छा कर सकेंगे। आप पूरी रात जागेंगे, शराब पिएंगे, सिगरेट पिएंगे तो सुबह आपकी शक्ल पे आ जाएगा ना। आज मुझे बोलते हैं मैं यंग लगता हूं क्योंकि मैंने बिगिनिंग में बहुत बोरिंग लाइफ लीड की है। उन्होंने बहुत अय्याशी की, बहुत इंजॉय किया, क्रेज था, ये था वगैरह वगैरह। बट आई फील आपको लंबी रेस खेलनी है तो ये सब चीजों का आपको सैक्रिफाइस करना चाहिए।
देखिए सैक्रिफाइस का
This was one of the most amazing thing which I. So we had two things. I did two things in this Traders Carnival. Who was there in casino? Oh, so really 50% of them. So I'll just tell. We had a last bet, the last spin of casino. The bet was. Anybody who was not there can guess what was the bet? You were there, man. So I'll not take more onto it. It was somewhere around, it was not $1 billion. It was 44,000 crores. And I'm not bragging. Somebody who had been in casino, you can ask them. You know what happened was that initially everybody was so calm, composed. Everybody was betting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And once they saw somebody winning 80 lakh rupees, and then they corrupted. So the envy takes you so much of thrill that you want to, prove yourself right. So I always say this to myself, जो बहुत कुछ करते हैं वो धमाल करते हैं, पर कम करते हैं वो कमाल करते हैं. So this is what is always being into the markets. So we had 44,000 crores of bet, but initially who won, I won, the dealer. I won by some 10,000 crores. If somebody would have bet really. And then we had a morning session of meditation. Here there were 80 people, here there were 20. Because this was thrilling, this was boring. So this is really how our mind has been captured ourselves. So this is a video, maybe you have saw this 100 of times, seen this 100 of times, but this makes a lot of sense. So this was a real race. This actually happens in life. So one thing, bore makes more. Have a boring life, don't have a thrilling life on the trading side. In personal life you can be what? And also you can't be a bad person and a good trader. It has to be a good person to a good trader. So one thing which has changed my life exceptionally well was meditation. So the day I started having the understanding of meditation and sitting alone for 30 minutes without any disturbance, I don't know what happened, but my intuition and my self-belief started being very strong. My financial wealth has grown nearly about 10 times more after I started meditation. And I would advise you to do that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes regularly for next 30 days. And you will see yourself into yourself that what has been changed. Because the problem with all of us being a trader is that it's no competition with someone else, it is you versus you. So that you good has to be you bad, you good should go up. And meditation has changed my approach. I sit for a meditation by 5 a.m. for 15-20 minutes, somewhere 30 minutes. I just close my eyes, no mobile, nothing, and sit. I don't want to do tantras and yogas and nothing like that. Want to sit alone, idle. And you won't believe, sitting idle is the most toughest job today. Try sometimes. And sit, don't sit on a couch or sofa, sit on the floor. And once you start doing it, I can assure you that your trading will change, your investing will change, your family will take you very positively, you will be more calm, composed. Things will go worst, you will not take wrong decisions, and that is how it's being a better trader. So so when I used to be the initial part of my trading, my wife used to come to know that today I have made profit or loss. Anybody whose wife comes to know, or spouse or husband, that aaj kya kiya hai? Profit or loss? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So you trade or DJ trades? DJ trades, okay. Okay. So I tell this, sorry? पर मैसेज तो मार्केट के बाद जाता है ना. No, I'm not talking about that. From your emotion, from your activity, from your face, from your excitement, from your thrill. So like I was very happy when I made profit initially. I was like, let's go for a restaurant, let's go for something, let's go for shopping. And when I was in trading, she would tell कि sabji lene jana. I would tell no money. You know, you have adjust in something else. But the thing what I've understood in my life is that once your spouse doesn't know how was your day, that time you have achieved as a trader. Because you are so emotional less, you believe that it's a part of the process. And once you understand it's a part of the process, then you won't have this on your face. So my wife these days, if you ask my wife, she'll never understand that this is profit or loss. She only asks me one thing, everything is fine, na? Because I'm not excited these days. So your emotions at home is very important. I've tried this and it is amazing. Before you go for work, try the family hug time. And we did, who were there for meditations? Somebody can tell what happened after you hugged people. Very positive. And when you see, over the period of time, we have stopped hugging our families. It can be a grown-up boy or a grown-up girl. But human needs that touch and feel that, oh my God, I have somebody to back up. Because at that, the things when it doesn't go right, see when the things goes right, everything is fine, everything is amazing, everything is fantastic. The immunity comes when the things doesn't go right. And there you will find your family is back to it. I've tried with my daughter, my wife, I hug my friends, and I'll tell you the positive impact is amazing. So this is something which I learned from Rakesh ji. He said, he told once when we met is that when your BV, I'll put it in the Rajasthani Marwadi form and then I'll translate into English. क्या बीवी के बांगड़, अब बीवी अपने बांगड़ बेच के बोले कि तू शेयर में इन्वेस्ट कर दे, तब you have achieved as a trader. I'll put it in English. When your wife says that these are my gold bangles, you sell it and put it in stocks or your strategies, this is the time you have achieved, because to go to that pinnacle is very hard. So this is something which I believe we have the least gold now because all is in shares, and whatever gold we have is gold bees. So that is also on the share format. So I am in my book titled The Complete Trader, the one topic which has been highly appreciated is spiritual side. When I talk spirituality, I am not talking religion, I am talking something which is profound in universe. You believe God, you don't believe God, that is nothing related to this. But this is relating to some laws which are so right. And this is I have taken from the first Mahabharata. The first Mahabharata who used to come in this Doordarshan, how somebody has to be neutrally everything into situation. So this is a verse which was been talked by Krishna and Arjun, and this is amazing. It doesn't, you believe Bhagavad Gita or not, you believe God or not, it is nothing related to this. Just listen. I'm sorry guys who doesn't understand Hindi, but there was no English version for this.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः माते संगोस्त्वा कर्मणि.
किंतु निष्काम कर्म कैसे संभव है वासुदेव? फल का ज्ञान ही तो कर्म करवाता है, और यदि दृष्टि फल से ही हट जाए तो कोई कर्म करेगा ही क्यों?
कोई कर्म इसलिए करेगा पार्थ कि कर्म के बिना तो जीवन संभव ही नहीं. कुछ तो करोगे ही, या भोजन करोगे,
You take it as a trading side, not as a life side.
या भूखे को भोजन करवाओगे या नहीं करवाओगे, या युद्ध करोगे या नहीं करोगे। तुम्हारे पास तो केवल यही विकल्प है कि तुम क्या करो या क्या ना करो। परंतु परिणाम तुम्हारे वश में नहीं है पार्थ। कर्म फल तुम्हारे वश में नहीं है। तुम्हारे अधिकार की सीमा इस विकल्प पर समाप्त हो जाती है कि तुम युद्ध करोगे या नहीं करोगे। किंतु युद्ध का परिणाम तुम्हारे हाथ में नहीं है। यदि तुम विजय चाहो भी तो यह आवश्यक नहीं कि विजय तुम्हारी ही हो जाए, तुम्हारी पराजय भी हो सकती है। किंतु यदि तुम विजय से मोहित नहीं होगे तो पराजय से भी नहीं घबराओगे। यदि तुम ये सोचो पार्थ कि चाहे विजय हो चाहे पराजय, किंतु तुम तो केवल इसलिए रहे हो कि युद्ध करना तुम्हारा कर्तव्य है, तो विजय के सुख या पराजय के दुख का प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता। और जो न विजय से सुखी हो और न पराजय से दुखी, वही स्थित प्रज्ञ है। इसलिए हे पार्थ, कर्म के प्रतिफल की चेष्टा न करो। तुम तो केवल वही करो जो तुम्हारे वश में है, अर्थात अपने धर्म का पालन करो। यही कर्म योग है पार्थ, यही कर्म योग है।
So let me put it into this right way. So if you are a trader, we need to find out, I have a whole page in my cabin, what is in my control and what is not in my control. What happens more is that we are very much happy when something right goes to me. And I was listening to a lot of traders, I was asking which are your best trades. People like to share their best profits trades, but that can be possible, that a trade can be possible or a life of a trader can be possible without a loss? Nobody discusses that. Why? The only thing which is in our control is to do right trades. Nothing is in your control. So if the result gives you an happiness and loss, we are not, the immunity has not been made. So sometimes when there is series of, so I meet a lot of trainees in my offices and all, and I ask them, how has it been investing? Sir, fantastic. And I ask them, have you seen 2008? Say, no, that is the reason. Because they have not seen what the worst can go in their life. But once you understand that results are not in your hand, the only thing is in your hand is to the execution, the right way trading and investing can happen. So in our office, we have made, if you go to our Turtle website and you go to our team, we have appointed a chief result officer called God. Is the chief result officer. So when we have a review, we understand that this was in our control or his control. And once we understand it was not my control, we don't talk on that. We only talk how we can upgrade myself to a better being trader. So this is something which is, we can talk for this for next 5 hours on that, but this is brilliant. So one thing which one of my very good friend called Tejas has taught me is that to make God as your partner. So give a percentage allocation to him. It can be 1 rupee, 1% to whatever then, and then use that profit for good things. What will happen is that there is certain positivity which will come to you, and that has changed. I get a lot of intuitions these days that this is going to happen. That's a different story I only see onto the trading side. But once I have started this, my trading approach has totally been changed. So I don't cheat anywhere on the taxation side. I don't cheat anyone because God is the partner. Right? So once you see it like this, your trading and investing will improve to a different level. So this is one of the best thing which I have undercovered from last 3 years. This is, if you have read Upanishads, it's 3000 year Upanishads, 3000 plus years old Upanishads, where Nachiket, a small boy, talks to Yamraj, the king of God, king of death, that how to be a better person. Yamraj doesn't answer to him, but he tells one amazing thing, because there is a kid, he wants to know. So Nachiket is a very, very furious kid, he just wants to know, and Yamraj says this amazing thing called Shreya versus Preya. Anything which is right now pain for tomorrow's gain is Shreya, and anything which is right now pleasure for tomorrow's pain is Preya. So for example, you have a position right now, you know that it is no point of exiting, there is no signal right now, it is on profit, but just to get that profit and prove yourself, that's a prayer, that's a tomorrow's loss. and you have a lost position and you just don't want to take it today and you want to just procrastinate for tomorrow. It's a prayer. And who wins? Who gets the Shrey? Hindi mein Shrey yaane honor, pride is somebody who takes Shreya. You can Google this. It's a great chapter in Upanishads and it's brilliant how you be a better trader. So this I strongly believe, coming into the financial part of the trading, personal fund management. For being a trader, it is very important to have two things. On the first thing is safety. Have the right insurances with you. I have seen traders who have not been having right insurance in health side and they have invested all the money from their trading account to the hospital account. Have the right insurances with you across your family, because that is, you will need it. There is some certain things which are not in your control, and health and life is like that. And have a contingency fund. So my wife always has said this, you do anything in the world, I don't care. In my account, I want 1 million. That's it. 1 million should be there. Whatever you do, you take whatever bets, I don't care. So anytime if you want to check my accounts, we have 1 million in my account. That's free, idle. I know there is an interest loss for it. But then you can't bet with your wife, right? You can force your wife to do anything which, like we cannot tell anything to our wife. But it has proved right. Like for example, there were days in February where I had to pay fees for my daughter. And the days were not right. But it helped me because I had 1 million into my account. So always keep something on a cash, which is a contingency. So generally I tell your monthly expenses into 12, you should keep it as a cash. If you are a full-time trader, if you don't have any other source of income. Then ETF, your need creation, you invest something into your need creation, you don't put everything into risk. So whenever the need is there, like school fees, kids fees, like you're going for a vacation, your rents, your EMIs, whatever, that money onto a place where you can get a compounded return which is beating inflation. And then the rest money you can put it on trading and investing. That is the right way, because there are certain things which will happen in your life that is out of your control. And if you have planned for this, nobody can touch you being a trader, a good trader, because you have planned everything for. So 8 things I stopped in last 1 year, and it has proved amazing to me. I'm not recommending you to do that, but I'll tell you what are the personal benefits of it. First is watching TV. So I actually never used to watch TV, but then in our office, you can come anytime to our office. We have 2 TVs. One is for cricket match and one is for conference room. I don't know what is going on TV any day in my life. Like 5 years I have not watched a business channel, and I know that it's Bloomberg there. I wish you watch Bloomberg's, but not for tips, but for good interviews. Exit all WhatsApp groups. This is what I have done. Anybody like Rashmeet was one of the group members. Last year I had owned my group where there were nearly about 100 traders, and I thought that there is a 90 or 92nd chapter in a book called The Art of Thinking Clearly. Anybody who has read that book by Rolf Dobelli? Yeah. So Rakesh bhai knows that, and I would encourage you to read that book. It's amazing book. So it has written that how much profit you have got from news. So I thought that I am getting a lot of profit from news being in WhatsApp groups, but then I did 6 months of my research, and actually it was a loss-making endeavor, because there was so much of popping out, and I was getting more and more into the noise. I exited every group, and I'm telling you, the life is so peaceful and better. Third, stop reading manipulative things. There are a lot of magazines which comes, I don't want to name any of them, but they are all funded, all given for stocks things. Never read that. Read something good, but not anything manipulative. Stop calculating profits. So there are a lot of people who says that in this trade I made this much, in this trade I made this much, across the globe. Don't ask their returns, ask their income tax returns. Their income tax return is the proof of the right things, because the tax which is paid is the right, baki sab hawa. Fifth, not more than 1 app in your mobile markets. Why you need an app for? There are so many people, I have my friends who have 15 apps, all apps which are in market they have. How much money they make? You all know. So I have only 1 app, you can check my mobile any day. It makes life more peaceful, more calmer. Delegate, don't be a watchman. If you have a building, you are a businessman. If you are building, you will not construct your own building. You will have your right construction guy who will take care of it, and he will only review. Stop watching markets a lot. So it depends on what type of a trader you are for sure. Like I have a rule from 3 to 3:30, that's it. I will not see market because I've been the lured because I've been to broking side in the initial part of my life. And I have this addiction of I had an addiction of watching prices. But then it was the worst thing I ever did because it made me lured to book profits. So something comes and you are like this, okay fine, I will do this next. But if you watch at the closing, generally my systems are at closing basis. So it has helped me a lot on that place. Don't take decisions when you are in good profits. Generally we tend to take decisions when we are into great profits. Don't take decision at that time, wait for the time. And don't take decisions when you are into bad losses. These both are the extreme zones of your life where it is proven that you will take the worst decisions of your life. Tell me one thing, what has improved you, your losses or your profits? What has improved you as a trader? Losses. And what has destructed you as a trader? When we are into profits, we are into lure that hum sab loot lenge. Like in January, anybody I talk, they say 2-3%. We make it in a day. I'm talking on a cash equity side. And what happened? They lost everything what they had, the capitals. So this is what happens when you follow a lot of people. So this is the last one who is you are, and this is the batsman you are following. Should I repeat? Yes? This is a real cricket match, by the way. You also go there. Then you also go out. Then it would be a run out. Yeah. So I would recommend 10 books which are not a stock market books because there are a lot of good speakers over here who would recommend a lot of books. So last 5 years I have never read a stock market book except Charlie Munger. So this book has actually changed me as a better trader. Ikigai, the Japanese philosophy. I will share this presentation with you or DJ. They can he can share across to you. The Art of Thinking Clearly, amazing book. L is missing over here. I'm sorry for that. The Art of Good Life, Yogic Wealth, an amazing book written on money. You should read that book. That is fantastic. I have not read so simple book in my life on money. Your spiritual book, if you are following any religion, read your spiritual book. It has all answers there. I have read Quran, Gita, Bible. I am taking lessons of Quran and they are amazing. Everything is written there. There is 6th book which is this thick book. If you are into this age of you made money and you want to just be better and better, a Charlie Munger book written by Mr. Peter is all I want to know is where I will die and I will not go there anymore. 7th is emotional intelligence. 8th is all annual reports of Berkshire Hathaway. That is not going to only help you being an investor, but being a better trader. 9, Principles of Life and Work by Ray Dalio, which is a very popular book these days. And 10, Sapiens, a brief history of humankind. From this, I came to know that how human trades and how human thinks and how human speculates from 1400 BC. And that is an amazing book. And I'll recommend you 10 movies. I love the movie because as such in every day what you do, you read or you watch movies, that's all what you do in a trading office. So The Walk, The Founder, a story of the McDonald's, how the McDonald's was made. Burnt, a story of a chef, how everything he wants to be in the process. Facing the Giants, a movie which has made me cry the highest. Whiplash, a movie where mentor and mentee, what is the relation between a mentor and mentee? Birth of the Dragon, somebody had this Bruce Lee's video, how actually Bruce Lee was made. Bruce Lee initially was very egoistic person, he wanted to show a lot of things to people, then he met a Shaolin monk and how he was calm, composed and then the best entertainer and a Kung Fu master of the world. Walk With Me, this is an amazing movie of how mindfulness goes in your life. Focus, anybody has watched this movie Focus? What a movie. Like if you watch this movie, you will go mad. It's a movie of Will Smith, amazing movie. Ninth, I have only one movie of Hindi which nobody would have seen much. It's called Chalo Dilli. Anybody who has watched this movie? What a movie. It has this one dialogue. क्या dialogue है उसमें? पता है किसी को? हाँ? He says this repeatedly, Mr. Pathak. हाँ? इसमें क्या हो गया? इसमें क्या बड़ी बात हो गई? And that is an amazing movie. And 10, I love this movie. I've watched now 100 times, called Jobs, the movie which is made on Steve Jobs. There are two Jobs movie, but the one who is Ashton Kutcher's movie. So these are the movies which has made me better to think. Thought process has been brilliant, and this is how I am created my immunity of being a trader, which my family is proud of, my friends are proud of, and I am proud of. So before going, how do I trade? Have you any questions? Then we can take one or two, and then we can go ahead. No questions? That's brilliant. That there can be two things. You understood all, and you didn't understood anything. I hope it is the first part. So how do I trade? So I am a long-term trader. I only see big breakouts, breakouts of 25 years, 30 years, 28 years, the best breakouts I can get. I'll share you my strategy, and I've not shared with anyone, but I'm sure you're not going to make money out of it, because it is the toughest strategy somebody would have shared in this Traders Carnival, because it has only two things rather, is patience and discipline. So I'll share you how do I trade. So one motivational poster which has changed my approach about trading is this. So only 0.1 is added to 365, it makes 37 times more returns. And only 1.1 is reduced, it makes only this much of profits. So I was doing so much in my trading, and I did only one or two things now, because I want to centrally focus on only the one thing which makes money. And if I do this repeatedly, my X is going to be larger and larger. In companies also, if you watch businesses, a company who does only one thing specifically makes much more higher money than the company who does lot of things but without any right approach. So the first thing which I have is that before placing a trade, I should have 6 answers which are getting cleared. What to buy, how much to buy, when to exit, when I will book profits, and when I will pyramid. If you don't have this 6 question answer, then actually I feel that we are speculating. We don't have a structured trading agenda. So I'll tell you one to one what is how I trade it. So I'll tell you some of my trades which went amazing, my failures, my success. It's very hard to see because these are all charts from 1990s. And this has been brilliant. So like for example, the first thing, what do I trade? I trade a longer breakouts. Like at 28 years, 30 years, like rain was breaking out of 70 rupees. And it was a multi-year frame of last 20 years. So there was nothing to think about that. And all my decisions are on monthly charts. So if it has to close on the month day, that is 31st or 30th, then only I will initiate my trade. And if you see, like I don't know what is my strike ratio, I have not taken that right way, that what is my strike ratio, but I have made sizable money for myself. And as Atul told that, 80-20 is the rule, the same is with me. If I am seeing the longer approach of my life, 80% of the trades won't work and 20 of the trades would work amazing for me. Sorry? Yeah, okay. So rain we had from 70, 30, 50 and we pyramid. We pyramid onto every area. So I'll tell you how we pyramid also. And then we exited at 350. Larsen and Turbo Infotech. So we trade into new IPO companies which are doing good monthly close. LTI, which is just near to Powai, is 800 rupees to 1700 rupees. This is a new IPO thing. Nosil, these are all my real trades which are still I am holding. 70 to 200. And the yellow mark, if you are seeing, this is the place we entered to. Biocon, this is a derivative trades which I am holding from now 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, which was 190 to 680. These are derivative trades still we are holding. JSW Steel, again a derivative trade, this was a long-term breakout at 140. So there were so many tops at 140. So there was no logic braining that you need to hold or not. So I'll tell you what happens. If you trade less and then pyramid, and if you trade more and then you exit out of the profit. So there was one of my friend at that time, the price of JSW Steel was 1400 pre-split and bonus. So he bought nearly about huge quantity and exited at 10%. And I bought a very less quantity and still holding. Whom do you think would have made more profit? The reason is, it's not about my quantity I pyramided, but if the things would go wrong, he would be out of the markets, I would be still in the markets. So jungle ka ek hi rule hai ki jungle mein rehna hai. So this is something JSW Steel. Team Lease, one of the, again a trade, we bought it at 1300, 3200 today. MAN-Org, that is Mangalam Organics, 70 to 240. Hind Petro, again a derivative trade, if we exited at 400, 140 to 400, it was a super breakout on monthly charts, or long-term breakouts of 20-25 years. Merck, this is one of the best investments trade we have recently, is 1100 to 2200. Now my dear friends, what has happened is that pharma overall has not performed. But there are two companies which has performed amazingly, is Biocon and Merck. So I don't see sectors, I don't understand sectors, I don't understand businesses much, so on fundamental side much, I understand the price. So I have also done a research where the price is hitting all time high. So I trade everything all time high. It's not 52-week high, let me repeat again, it's all time high. And this is all split bonus adjusted. All time high, there is great fundamental also which is changing into the company. Coal India, which didn't work out for me. We bought it into all time high, all the stories of 7% dividend yield and a business which is amazing. The best thing is to exit. The people who are very agile at exiting are the people who make a lot of money into long side investments or trading. 447 and 330, it failed. Madras Fertilizer, amazing breakout, failed, 40 to 30, we exited at 30. So these are the stocks which I am talking on to the prospect side, which can be a great monthly close. If you see this stock, these are on our prospect list. So we have businesses which we put it on the prospect. Hey, these are my clients which are prospect. These are my stocks which are prospect. We will discuss the strategy into the question and answer. AU Bank, if you see there are a lot of tops. Once it creates a monthly close, it can be a good investment or trade. Welspun Enterprise, a 25 or sorry, not 25, 18, 10, nearly about 15 years of breakout, amazing breakout. So somebody tells that buy and forget is the most lousy thing in the markets. Why? Because if you have invested in Welspun Enterprise somewhere across the corner, you have not got any returns. Parag Milk, it is doing high, but it is not closing on the monthly highs. So it can be one of the prospect. Birla Cables, now this is the most, this we can say holy grail. So this is the high over here is 1990. So it's a 28 years breakout. And my dear friends, if you get something like this, this is wow, this is amazing. This is something which you can't get, it is a piece of cake, what you can say. One more onto the currency side, as such I don't trade currencies much, but this is what I am loving it is USD INR. A super breakout on 70. So somebody who is trading onto USD INRs, they must be knowing this. So this is what we are holding right now in our prop desk. This is most of the trades, but these are on cash or FO, this is mixed. So any companies which is in derivatives, we trade futures. Any companies in cash, we trade on cash. So it's a simple formula we keep. So we have VMart, I'll talk the 5 top holding. VMart was a breakout of 600 for last 15-18 years. LTI, DMart, Lakshmi Machinery, Britannia we are holding in derivatives from like 5.5 years and it is 6 times fold. Lux Industry, Merck, and then it adds. So initially we take very less position, 1 or 2% of the portfolio, and then we pyramid with the pyramid. And yeah, that's it. We will put it on to Q&A because you will have a lot of questions. I am late for 1 minute, I am sorry for that. Yeah, please, Jai.
समझाएंगे किस तरीके से करते
Yeah.
हैं?
So the first thing of pyramiding you should take care is that money management, your risk management, because you are buying everything on the new highs. So everybody has a different way of pyramiding. I have my own. I'll tell you how do I do. So the first question is what you buy, which I told. The second is how I train my brain onto money management is I have a software or an Excel which the first thing if I initiate a trade, I decide how much I want to lose. So people who decide how much they want to lose, so I tell this in my office that people who plan for losses never comes. People who plan for profits, you can take the caller. So first thing I decide is that, just an example, just remove this or you will take this as an recommendations. Like Nestle, you can decide what is your conviction on. Like what is my risk, how much I want to lose. So let me decide 1 lakh rupees, let me decide 5 lakh rupees. The first initiation we did at 7,800 rupees, Nestle. The first trade, again a breakout.
सर यहाँ पर एक्चुअली स्क्रीन पे कुछ आ नहीं रहा.
Oh, you can't see that, sorry. Now you can?
Yes.
Yes? I'll just zoom for you. It is not zooming, I don't know why. 7,800, and the second thing you need to decide is when you are going to exit. If things goes wrong, because you are not right every time, right? So once you are planning exit, so my exit was at 6,800. So automatically the quantity comes over here. You got it? 5,800. Now I will pull a chart for you of Nestle. Or you want me to, because Nestle we have not yet pyramided. You want anything which in my portfolio how I pyramided, I can show
हाँ
you.
जी, हाँ मतलब कोई भी ऐसा सैंपल के हाउ डू यू पिरामिड, क्योंकि
Yeah.
जो आप न्यू पोजीशन बनाएंगे फिर उसका स्टॉप लॉस किस तरीके से.
So I'll take an example of rain,
जी हाँ
because
बिल्कुल.
it has been the best investment we did or trade we did for a period of time.
जी.
So this is the monthly chart. We bought it somewhere around 70 rupees at this close.
जी.
Then always a stock will have a dip somewhere across the corner, right? So we will buy, this is swings. So we will buy when the swing again close to a new high. So we bought it somewhere around 130, 40 again. So there was 2 pyramids we did
Okay.
in that.
And every time you do pyramid, the stop loss remain the same. The
Yeah,
amount
so
of
now what happens is that, this is a brilliant question. So now I had bought it 122. So my exit is monthly close to 21%.
monthly close to.
To 21% downside. So in my book it is written the formula number 21. Anything which is up below 21%, because I am a long term trader, I don't want to do it every day in day out. So for example, I bought it at this candle is 142 a close, if you can see.
Yeah.
It was 142 a candle. So 142 into 0.79 is 21%, it's 112. So when I will again pyramid, what I will do is, because my 70 rupees that time my stop loss would be somewhere around 60 or 50. Abhi wo to upar chala gaya. So now again I will take a 5 lakh risk, whatever I want to take. I bought it at 142 and the stop loss was 110, let us say. So I will buy 22 lakh shares more, 22 lakh value more. So now at every time my risk is only 5 lakh rupees. Because that the first part of the stock has already come to a break even point of mine.
Right.
So any position, my risk is the same number, except some radical thing happens in that stock, which is not in my control. But most of the time, from 100 trades, maybe 1 or 2 may happen in the period of time.
And lastly, when you are taking the
Please.
trade at the new lifetime high, so you make sure the closing happens and the
Yeah.
candle has to be a very good candle, or if it's hammer kuch bhi nahi.
If monthly close happens, 90% of the time it is a good candle.
That's always okay.
And I don't see volumes, I don't know anything, I don't know person. So you ask me anything about LTI, so I was just traveling back and oh, ye to apni company hai. Because you have already put money on that. So I don't see, I only see one thing, and that is the close.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Any more questions? No, it's not about the quantity, it's about the how much risk I want to take into that trade. So the risk of 5 lakh rupees is what I decide. I don't decide how much quantity I want. So I've read nearly about 60 books on position sizing. I never got any answer out of it, right? Yeah. No, so what I do is that, for example, the first initiation risk I have taken, like 5 lakh rupees I have taken into Nestle. So now my second pyramiding will be again a risk of 5 lakh rupees.
Again 5 lakhs.
Again 5 lakh rupees. Now the third pyramid comes, for example, it would be again 5 lakh rupees. So my initial risk in that position is only 5 lakh rupees.
So the stop losses also keep on increasing.
Of course it
So
keeps, because it is from high to 21%.
from high to 21%.
As simple as it.
Let's say one at rupees 100 you take a first position, 120 you take a second position. So and it goes 150 again. So that the high of 150 from there that's a 21%.
That is
yeah?
21%.
So-
Monthly close to 21%, whatever it can be. So I'll clarify what you are asking. For example, these are 3 candles, right? I'll take which is the maximum close over here. This will be the so 354 is the close of this 30, 11, 17 candle, 370 is here and 380 is here. So I'll take this close. Getting my point? Yeah. So 380 somewhere around from 15%, 21%, yeah. Yeah, please. Closing, yeah. Not from the high, high can be wrong somewhere across. Yeah, please. Or 21%.
JC Parrott, what did he say that out of, if he has 100 rupees book, in each trade he is willing to risk only 1%.
True.
But since he is a short-term trader and you are a long-term trader, what kind of risk are you willing to take as a percentage of your whole book, investment book?
So that's what I'm telling, it is 21%.
That's it.
Yeah, so any stocks, my stop losses are 21%.
No, you're not getting me. See, you have 100 rupees. You
Right.
got an opportunity rain.
Right.
Are you going to, pump in, you're planning that you will be deploying 100, the whole of in stage-wise manner in rain industries itself? What if there is another opportunity that
Yeah,
comes?
so we have a rule, we will not go more than 12 to 15 stocks.
12, 15 stocks.
12, 15. So I have a rule. I'll share you. This is a funny rule which I tell to my daughter. So my one hand is a trading, one
Okay,
hand.
I will frame my question in a different way.
Again, okay.
What will be your maximum position out of in one stock?
It
Out
can
of
be
your-
anything. It can be anything.
Anything.
It can be 25%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%. So more the stock performs, more will be my allocation.
Correct. Okay. Second question. Since you are a long.
Let me put one thing to it. Just think you are a boss of 10 employees.
Correct.
All have 10,000 rupees, a salary. Just an example I am taking. What do you think will be the pinnacle of that one employee of salary?
Correct. I got your point. I got your point.
It can be anything. The more he performs, the more is his salary, right?
No, I just wanted to know when you initiate your book, how will you manage your risk? If you lose, 21% in your first trade, you are left with 79% of your book. If you lose, you're getting my point.
So I am telling the first thing, the first initiation is very low. Jay knows my trading, I think so.
He wants to know, for example, we have 100 rupees. Excuse me, this mic is. Yes, we don't have any positions as of now. We get the first breakout. So what will be the position you will create? You will open your Excel sheet. You will enter what is the amount of loss you will take. You have 100 rupees. What are you ready to sacrifice on the first trade? And you don't have any other position.
See, if I have 100 rupees, to the right to a question, I'll take 20 trades, that is 5 rupees per trade. So this 5 rupees is a loss
Okay.
So I can have 20 stock of buffer.
Okay.
That's what you wanted to ask? Perfect. Yes, Vidai sir, you
Hey,
wanted
I had a question.
Yeah.
Um, how do you identify which stock to go next? I mean, do you just use price? Do you use any indicator? Because the universe has hundreds and thousands of stocks. So how do you decide which one to go next?
Yeah, so first rule is that it has to be all time high. You also always see a BSE chart because most of the time NSE has data from 2000, 2003. BSE has generally a long term data.
Okay.
One. Second is that it has to be all time high and it should be a good breakout for a longer period of time.
Okay.
So it can be any stock onto the earth, I don't care because I don't understand much onto that. I only understand that if the price and the breakout price and the price comes together on a longer term breakout, there is something which is happening into the company. Like for example, Rain, I never knew that what the Rain does business. So there are certain people who told that you invested in a company who does Rain. So we never understood the
And
company. Yeah.
That was going to be my other question. That
Yeah.
do you do any fundamentals on that at all?
To be honest, I have started reading company. Like we invested recently in Khadim. So my initial entry and exit points are not based on fundamentals. But why I read is just to have upgradation of my knowledge. So I never knew that Khadim had 800 stores across India and stuffs like that. So just for my upgradation of knowledge. Because the problem is that what do you do whole day? You have to do something. So you have to feel that greed ke yaar kuch to main karu. So I do this stuff these days. Yeah.
Do you hedge your portfolio?
No, ma'am. We are not hedged as a human. Why I should hedge my positions?
Okay.
So yeah, you can take my hedge is my stop loss. So we say is happy loss in office, not stop loss, happy loss. A trade which is exited, your yeah, so what? But I always have an exit. I already have this mind how much I want to lose. So you have to
More than your, what is if it is more than your capacity?
it happens.
Just
then,
asking.
Then you have to understand that okay, fine, certain times it happens.
Okay.
Then see, there is no 100% of everything. So you have to.
You cannot define that 5 lakh rupees of your loss in future positions. You cannot define that, right?
No, actually I feel the risk is more onto the cash side because there is a seller circuit. You can't exit it. Risk is lesser onto the future side.
Okay.
Because you can at the end, whatever the price, you can exit. You can't get exit onto 20% seller circuit or a 5% seller circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Vida.
Do you have a, one criteria which I feel, let's say it's a 20-year, 30-year breakout,
True.
but volume is very low,
Okay.
and your corpus to invest,
True.
what do you do about it then?
So I see what I have done is that I have just minimalized my way. There will be times when volume would be low and the stock would go up, or sometimes it will go up. I'll give you an example.
The average volume of the stock, let's say, the price is 200 rupees, and average volume is maybe 5,000 per day. So just imagine what is the volume.
So I'll tell you, I'll give you an example, real example which happened with us. There was a stock called Orient Bell. You're seeing the breakout?
Yeah.
Amazing breakout.
Yeah.
I'll just remove the volume side. Oh, you want to see the volume,
Yeah,
right?
that is important.
Let me remove the, what do you call this? RSI, no. Yeah, RSI, it is. Real to be honest, I don't know what is RSI is.
Forget it, no? Doesn't make difference.
So 150. Now if you see this on this candle, the volume is actually very less. Are you seeing this?
What is the volume then?
The volume is on monthly candle is 38,000 shares only.
Only 38,000.
38,000 shares
For a month.
for a month.
That is only 1200 shares per,
Yeah.
12,000 shares or 1200 shares, whatever.
So I don't see only, sir.
So फिर कितना लेने का?
नहीं मैं तो रोज लेता जाता हूँ ना जितना मिलता है लेते जाने का.
मतलब and
Just a second.
and
Let me
if this kind of stocks when they move up, there is they go up by circuits only.
Yeah.
Then you can't do pyramiding.
Yeah, means that is true, but then I am risking. I don't want to have this repenting feeling of not having it.
Another thing, when it comes down, again there is no exit.
Yeah, but most of the time it has an exit. Generally, if you see onto the markets, it drifts a lot, then there is a 20% circuit, then there is a 10% circuit, and then it drifts to 5, 5, 5, 5,
That's
5.
what I'm saying. So, but then, like, why don't we avoid this kind of things?
Yeah, means you can avoid.
No, that's what I'm saying, matlab.
No, no,
Simple.
no. You
What I'm saying is because if you're saying you are agnostic to the volumes, okay, you are only looking at prices
right.
and a stock if it keeps on going upper circuit only
Yeah.
and a lower circuit only.
But this stock is not that like,
No,
it
I'm
happens.
not saying this stock.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be any stock, like
True, true,
and
true.
you have no criteria which stock because you don't look at fundamentals only. That is the reason I'm saying.
Sir, I have missed UCAN by this. By thinking that it is in T group, I will not buy. And then it went 4 times from there.
I know.
The only part is that the answer, simple answer to this is that I don't want to have that regret. I am fine with having a loss, then I am fine with having a regret. The regret part I don't want to have. I just want to have it. Now if it doesn't, so my limited capital is there, 2% of the capital. Let us say it goes 0 also.
Did you
onto
miss Hindustan Foods then?
that. Yeah, we'll see in
No, regret part. Did you miss Hindustan Foods?
Hindustan Food I have not seen. Let me see.
See the chart.
Hindustan. It's in BSE only? H? N? N for Namrata. HMP, there is no stock like this. पर HM ही किया है मैंने.
HND.
Yeah.
Hyderabad, Nagpur, Delhi.
अच्छा है. Okay. No, अभी भी नहीं.
HND FDS. That is the short form. Otherwise, it is Hindustan Foods.
BSE में ही देख रहा हूँ.
BSE.
We will see Fidai sir personally, na.
No problem. Just,
Because DJ has
हाँ,
just
नहीं, I
come.
can understand.
Yeah. Any last question we can have and we can wind up. Yeah, please.
How did you develop this conviction on your method? Like, did you backtest it? It seems like,
Yeah.
I don't know, how many trades do you get in backtesting? Like, you have 25 years, 20 years breakouts. How many trades do you get?
I'm not able to.
How did you develop this conviction? Was it through backtesting before you started, or you've developed conviction now that you've traded for so many
So
years?
to be honest, I was seeing this from last 6 years.
Okay.
That is this works or not. Certainly people told me to try 52-week high, but then in 52-week high the universe comes to n number of stocks. All time high it shrinks, right? Because sometimes, for example, there is a stock called DLF. Now my all time high is so far, most of the time the stock will not come only, right? And now it is back tested, and I'll tell you, I've been system trader from last 10 years, authentic long short system trader. I've stopped because I feel it is less stress, less transaction cost. I give more time to my health, family, reading, rejuvenation, and I still make money out of it. So I am a lazy trader who wants to trade less. So there was a speaker who told I have 200 trades a day. So I have from last 10 years I have not traded 200 total.
Okay.
So that is me. So he is also right in his aspect. I do because I want to make slow, steady and right money without less stress, with less stress. Yeah.
Thank you.
We can end up? Yeah. Thank you for, I hope I was on time and thank you for giving time.
Thanks a lot, Rohan. Thanks for this lovely presentation. And I'm sure provided useful takeaways for participants. Before we announce the next speaker, which is going to be Rakesh Doshi, we have 2 more very good talks. One is Rakesh Doshi on trading discipline. The other one, of course, is one of my all-time favorites. Rekha calls it the icing on the cake and the dessert. Dr. Velumani, of course, from CEO of Thyrocare. Yeah. So, can I have some people on the stage quickly, please? We need to rush through things. One is Swapnaja. Are you here? Please come over to the stage. And Parul. Parul Sharma. Please. And Megha Sharma. Sorry, Megha Mehta. Please come up on the stage, please. And Srinivasa Rao, NT, are you here? Please. Yeah. Okay. Please. Okay, the reason why and can I also have Abhishek Singh here, please? Regional Development Manager, Trading View. Yeah, yeah, Rohan, please. So first of all, one thing is it's nice to have women traders coming in because that doesn't really, we don't see too much of it at the carnival. Every year we see it's mostly male dominated. So a big hand for these ladies. Okay. So we'd like to, okay, one thumb rule. Crying baby only gets the milk, so you should ask him to sign it and give it to you.
No, but
Please.
the irony is that she has already read the book, but she didn't know that it is mine.
Okay. So now you're expected to sign it, Rohan. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, please. 60-minute introduction by each of you, please.
Oh, so I'm Parul Sharma. Yeah, that goes without saying. You don't have to ask me to say it. So I have been hearing about this since last few years. My family, my father-in-law, my husband, my son who's 12 years, they have been coming here since the last two Traders Carnivals. They've always gone back, learned strategies, gone back mighty impressed with Dharamraj, Rekha personally, plus the speakers and the whatever strategies they have learned here. Currently, we are actually following a strategy that they learned in Bangkok Traders Carnival. So this time my father-in-law is very keen. I attend the Traders Carnival and have a first-hand experience. And so here I am thanks to him. He was just out of hospital, but he has such good vibes, feelings, such great regard for both of them and the whole carnival as a whole, that 2 days after coming from hospital, he's here attending the sessions, and I'm here bringing him.
Thanks, Parul. Swapnaja.
Yeah, 60 seconds, okay, fine. In 6 words, I just love the experience, the vibes, all the gyan from veterans, and looking forward, maybe in next carnival, I would love if there is any female trader to impart the wisdom. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's it. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to. Pardon me? Well, okay, myself Swapnaja Sharma. I am a intraday trader. Rather, intraday is my core part of my trading style. And I'm in this market in from 7 to 8 years now. So that's it. And still surviving. Still I'm in. That matters.
Okay, I really like the last word she said. She said surviving. That was the first word on Amit Gulecha's chart. Presentation. Okay. Right. So the reason we have Srinivas is sorry to call you on stage, but we really want to give you a prize for something called a personification of FOMO. Srinivas was the last participant to register for Traders Carnival. Okay, yeah, even for Investors Carnival. So, the book by Rohan Mehta Rohan. Okay, I'm sorry. So, you get a better price. Do you use charts? No. Okay, so we need to.
I don't need anything, thank you.
Okay.
Because I don't believe in charts, I don't believe in anything, I am just...
Then you should look at this. Somebody has a pen? We need a pen to sign. Pen. Somebody has a pen? Throw it. Thanks, Balbir. Parul Sharma. Yeah, you can take the book. Read the book anyway. Yeah, can I have Swapnil on stage, please? Yeah, Swapnil. Your wife is feeling lonely on stage amongst a bunch of other strangers, so you might as well come and offer some moral support. Yeah. So Swapnil has been a repeat offender at the carnival. So for the first time, Megha joins him at the event. And I would like Abhishek Singh to announce the name. Swapnil. Swapnil. Full name.
Okay, so Swapnil Mehta and Megha Mehta, we would be presenting those two awards, rest of the two prizes which was left from Trading View annual subscription. So we are offering them and best of wishes. Hope you enjoy the Trading View platform. It's one prize to both, one prize to him. So it's they are husband and wife. So it's one prize to Swapnil and Megha.